Hey everyone, in this tutorial we'll be walking through how to use our distributed validator launchpad to create a cluster with a group of operators on Goerli testnet. And so in this first video we'll be stepping through the role of someone setting up the cluster, and in the next video we'll walk through how participant operators in the cluster can join. So to start, go ahead and connect your wallet. If this is your first time connecting your wallet to the launchpad, you'll have a MetaMask pop up here. And then once you've done that, go ahead and go down to create a cluster with a group, select that and hit get started. You'll be brought to our welcome page that gives you information about the process and the few things that you'll need to get started. These include a Docker setup on the environment in which you'll be running the node, and details on the cluster such as how many operators will be a part of the cluster and the Ethereum addresses for those operators. You also need your ENR, or Ethereum node record. This is used to identify your node. And then finally, you'll need a way to coordinate and communicate with your other operators in the cluster. At the end of this process, you'll be given a link that you can send to them. So once you have those things, go ahead and hit get started. You'll be brought to a set of advisories, which informs you of your responsibilities for running a node within the cluster. So go ahead and read through those, hit the checkboxes, and proceed. Now you'll set the configuration for the cluster, including the name and how many operators will be a part of the cluster. As you set the cluster size, the Launchpad will show you the threshold of how many operators need to be live for the validator to be active. Higher the number of operators, the higher the threshold. We'll just go with the size of 4 for this cluster. And next you'll need to input the addresses for each operator in the cluster. And next you'll need to find the number of validators or 32 stakes for the cluster. You can have more than one validator in the cluster. And next up, you'll have to generate your ENR. The ENR is a public key for other nodes in the cluster to identify your client. And to generate that ENR, we'll go over to the terminal, and you can follow our creator and leader journey steps to go ahead and clone the repo, change directories into that repo, and run the create ENR command with Docker. This will spit out your ENR. Go ahead and copy that, including ENR:-, and bring it over to the Launchpad. Once you've done that, you'll enter your withdrawal address, which is the public key where your address will want to receive the principal and rewards for when you exit the validator, as well as the fee recipient, which is where transaction fees from block proposals will go. You can go ahead and set this to the same as your wallet address. You could also set this to a Gnosis Safe address, really any Ethereum address that you would like to support, including a splitter contract if you prefer. Once you've added those in and continue, you'll be brought to the confirm configuration page. This just shows all the details of the cluster, and once you feel comfortable with that, you go ahead and click confirm and sign. This will prompt 3 signatures within MetaMask. This confirms that you're the creator of the cluster, an operator in the cluster, and then finally your ENR. You are now brought to the success page. Here you'll see a group invite link that you'll need to send to the other operators. The other operators will hit that link, confirm the configuration, and set up their nodes on the cluster. You can also hit the check operator status button, which will show you the confirmation status of all the other operators in the cluster. Once an operator signs the configuration, this will update in real time.